Hello Chocs and Chocettes and everyone in between, Roberto here for another video review. It's a special one. It's the Galaxy Fusion's blonde chocolate with sea salt. Indulge in smooth and creamy white chocolate with caramel pieces delicately blended with sea salt. Yeah, it's very interesting on this one, very interesting. It's their sort of fusion range, which seems to have maybe disappeared, I don't know. We had a dark chocolate with raspberry meringue and just a regular 70% dark chocolate. The one with raspberry meringue was 70% as well. This one blonde chocolate, so very unusual. I feel like they've almost, I don't know, yeah, very unusual really. I mean, I feel like they were kind of trying to do them for maybe the vegan range, but couldn't. I don't really know, because they're sort of in the vein of their vegan chocolates. Similar-ish packaging, vegan range of Galaxy chocolate, and yeah, the same sort of segmented shape and design on the inside as well. So an interesting one, but they're not necessarily suitable for vegans. Just vegetarians, but not vegans. So yeah, interesting. So what's it say on the back? Discover a new twist on pleasure. Yeah, well, indulgently smooth and creamy white chocolate with caramel notes delicately blended with sea salt. Explore the rest of our Galaxy Fusions range for more deliciously unexpected combinations to treat the senses. White chocolate with caramel and sea salt, 0.15%. Crikey, not much. Caramelized sugar. They contain barley, wheat, soy, suitable for vegetarians. Yeah, so hello there to Tails, by the way, wanted me to review these. Yes, I finally got around to them, and I think this was the one you liked. I think this was your favourite one, so I think it'd be my favourite one, basically. The others are very much an intense dark chocolate. Let's see, so portions per pack for portion size 25 grams. So per 100 grams, 552 calories, 34 grams of fat, 21 of which are saturates. And per quarter of the bar, 25 grams, 138 calories, 8.5 grams of fat, 5.1 of which are saturates. So most chocolate bars tend to have between 500 and 550 calories per 100 grams. This one's just above that top end of that. So yeah, you can see here 100 gram bar. Yeah. Got the green dot there for recycling. It's not actually green, but it means the company supports recycling, but not necessarily this product is recyclable. You can see the person throwing it in the bin there as well, which suggests it isn't. And in such Mars address there. Yeah, so not too much more to say. Yeah, interesting. Looks very nice. A bit of a sort of mundane design. You can see they're all the same design. Looks quite interesting, but then you realise they've just rethemed it and recoloured it. But it's a bit of a different. This one's got like a meringue pieces on it there. I don't know what's that got on it. Really, just cocoa type things. Salty pieces, I guess. Yeah, so interesting one. This one, I think, very, off-brand for Galaxy basically. Because I see Galaxy usually a milk chocolate's very smooth and delicate and lovely, really, quite indulgent. And this one obviously is like a white chocolate with caramel, and that's very unusual. And I don't know, these seem to have disappeared now, and I can kind of understand why, I guess, because I don't think anyone who likes Galaxy would have particularly gone for these. And Galaxy have tried to do various things lately with like dark milks and things like this, but I think, the thing with Galaxy is I think it's really their variant of their actual Galaxy chocolate that's the way to go. And have all these cookie crumble ones and caramel ones and things like this. I think that's the way for them to go. I don't think going out on all these off-brand ones is really the way forward, because it's just not really anything to do with Galaxy, is it? Blonde chocolate and things like this. So, maybe it's just the fact that Mars didn't have another brand to use for this kind of thing. But yeah, or at least go with their vegan range and make them a vegan chocolate somehow. I don't know, but I'm not sure if it's possible because it's white chocolate. I don't really know what. Presumably white chocolate does have milk in it, but I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the sort of I don't know, the range they should have gone for with these rather than just regular chocolates, because I'm not sure really that, as I say, it's really that closely related to their regular Galaxy chocolate for it to really appeal to people who like Galaxy. And it doesn't look. It's more like a top shelf chocolate, you know what I mean? And I say their vegan bars look a bit like this, and I don't know, I just feel like it's the confused branding basically. But yeah. But anyway, let's give it an open, look into it further. So let's do it. Let's give it an open. Okay, I'm going to give this Galaxy Fusion's blonde chocolate with sea salt an open. Yeah, so very different from Galaxy's normal chocolate, this. So quite interested to see how this one turns out. Yeah, so interesting. It's got this sort of perforation here that like a pull tab essentially. So let's open that and get into it. Yeah, so time recording, I've done about 890 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right corner, I've got a link to a place of all my other reviews, so some related ones as well. So if you like this one, yeah, go check those out. Hopefully you enjoy those too. Yeah, so like all the Galaxy Fusions, got this lovely, nice posh looking foil on the chocolate there, and this, nice inlay as well with the front indented there. You can kind of see it's just the reverse of what's on the front. What's it say here? Discover a new twist on pleasure. Indulge in our fusion of bold textures and exceptional flavours, individually paired to treat the senses with velvety chocolate that's smoother than a strand of silk. Yeah. Basically, back in the 80s, 90s, yeah, sort of Galaxy's slogan was "Why have cotton when you can have silk?" And I think that's kind of leading on from that, really. Although they don't use it anymore, that slogan, I don't believe. Discover the rest of our adventurous collection of indulgent flavours. So it kind of mentions there, I meant to mention it in the other reviews, sort of like individually paired to treat the senses. Well, they're not really. There's only one of them, the meringue. This one, blonde and sea salt, and the meringue and raspberry, and freeze-dried raspberry pieces. They've got paired flavours. The rest of them is, well, the rest of them, the only other one I saw was this dark chocolate one, which isn't paired with anything. So yeah, it's very unusual. I don't really know. It's as if they weren't quite sure what they were doing with this range, I don't think. You know what I mean? I think they had more plans for it, or it's as if they didn't execute it properly. They had sort of plans for more in the range or something. But yeah, I don't know. Seems odd one. There's something not quite right with this range. I think they've either given up on it, and they did after they did so many of them. I don't really know. Yeah, we'll have to see. But it seems a confused branding from Galaxy, to be sure. All right, let's give it an open then, this actual bit. So I think we have to rip this because I don't think there's any way to actually open it without doing so. I think it's sealed basically. So we'll do that. Oh, wow, yeah. I thought I'd not actually opened it then. I thought it was still the foil. Look at that. That's very. It's a very yeah, wow, peanut buttery looking chocolate. It's very darker than it looks a bit light on the screen at the moment. But if I can get the camera to desaturate a bit, yeah, there you go. You can see it's a very darker colour than usual. This one, yeah, and the sort of usual blonde chocolate that I've seen. Very interesting. Yeah. So it doesn't really say the percentage of caramel or anything like that in it. It does say this weird. It is sea salt 0.15%, but it doesn't really tell you what caramel's in it. Yeah, very interesting, yeah. Okay, let's give it a bit of a measure then. So, let's measure the width. Then we'll look into it a bit further. 8.2 in width there. And the height, we'll measure from both sides because it's kind of like because of the design reached on one side. About 7mm on one side. Can depend, of course. It's not, yeah, it is, as I say, not all the same shape. On the other side, about 5.5. And in between segments, there's a little trough, about 5mm. Okay, we'll measure with the ruler for the rest. A bit too long for my calipers. Let's see. So yeah, it's about 17.6. At the bottom, it's 17.6. At the top, about 17.5. Yeah. On the bottom, the width 8.2, 8.1, maybe 8.1. At the top, about 8. So it lost about 1mm there. Okay. So it's quite interesting, I think you'd say. Yeah. It's just, as I say, just trying to sort the saturation out. You can see there's some little specks in there as well. I'm not sure what they are. I don't know if they're salt pieces or just cocoa pieces. I'm not sure, but it's clearly some kind of specks in there, isn't there? There's bubbles or something, I'm not sure, but I think the specks of something. So of course for this is 3 segments, by the way, 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's your calories that it mentioned before. Per 25 grams, 138 calories, 8.5 grams of fat, 5.1 of which are saturates. So yeah. Right, so it's a bit of a snap. So very soft, quite well softer than the dark chocolate one anyway. Can't see any little speckles in the between it, so it could just be bubbles. I'm not sure. I don't think it is though. I think it is actually specks of something. See the G symbol there for Galaxy. Yeah, looks like it's little bits of cocoa, but I'm not sure. See any obvious signs of it on the segments themselves? Maybe that there or something, but I don't know. Try once again. Yeah, not sure. That's very interesting though, this one. I'm very interested. This is very different from the other ones, which are just dark chocolate. Never seen a sort of galaxy blonde chocolate before. So yeah, let's find out if this tastes nice. It smells nice. Nice caramelly smell. But yeah, does it taste nice? Well, let's find out. Let's give it a taste. Okay then everyone, going to give this Galaxy Fusions blonde chocolate with sea salt a taste. Yeah, indulge in smooth and creamy white chocolate with caramel notes, delicately blended with sea salt. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so very unusual, very off-brand for Galaxy. I'm not sure. Well, I think it's a bit of a weird move that, and I say I think these have kind of disappeared now in a very short space of time, and I think possibly because I just don't think people who like Galaxy were particularly interested in this. But nonetheless, is it nice? I think some people who've had it said it was. I'm sure Tails in the comments in the chat was saying how much he enjoyed this one. So I think it was this one specifically. Not sure if he had the other ones, but let's find out. Let's give it a go. White chocolate with caramel, blonde chocolate, very, let's say, darker chocolate than darker looking blonde chocolate I've seen before. These little specks, which I'm not sure what they are. But yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. Oh wow. There's very salty taste to it there. It's yeah. Very interesting. I quite like this actually. Very sort of smooth and sweet from that sort of blonde chocolate, that white chocolate with caramel. It's a nice taste actually. It's not too creamy at all, but it's very salty though. Yeah, you know, not ridiculously so, but it is salty. Very interesting. I feel like it could have been. I feel like if they not used salt and used like a sweeter centre, that's some kind of, you know, if they really toned it down and went like really sort of, you know, what's the word, dumbed it down and kind of went for sort of like a jelly sweet filling or something like that, I think it would have been very exciting, very interesting actually, because I think the sort of blonde chocolate isn't overly sweet, and I think to have that centre would have been quite exciting actually. I think with the salt it's still nice, it's quite different, but I don't think it quite works as well. I think it's not really a sweet chocolate anyway, even though it's got caramel in it. You know, so I feel like it could have done with like a sweeter taste on the inside, you know, rather than something that's a bit more salty, basically. You definitely do get sort of, you know, quite strong salty pieces in your mouth. You can, and they definitely sort of, you know, yeah. But as a blonde chocolate itself, it's very nice. Yeah, it's pretty much spot on actually as a blonde chocolate. It's really nice. It's just the right amount of sort of white chocolate and caramel. It's very nice actually. Probably one of the best ones actually. I quite like the salty taste, but it's very, you know, it's definitely there basically. And you can end up with, like I say, a bit of, presumably some kind of grain of salt or something. You know, don't feel the grain or anything, but just lodged somewhere in your mouth. So you've got like a very distinct sort of outpouring of a salty sort of taste in your mouth sometimes. But I like this one a lot actually. I feel like though it should have had like like a candied sweet in it. You know, it would have dumbed it down. I mean, it's meant to be a posh chocolate. This Galaxy generally is, isn't it? Meant to be, but I don't know, something. I'm sure they could have worked it out a bit like those cranberry pieces they had in the Terry's chocolate orange with cranberry bar, something like that, or even the orange pieces that they've had in some of the Bourneville bars. I feel like they could have done something, I don't know, and still gave it like sort of the indulgent sort of upmarket appeal without, you know, making it like Galaxy, without making it like Dairy Milk Marvelous Creations. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe even having the freeze-dried raspberry piece in this one, which they had in the other one, maybe. But I feel like those are a bit tart still. Needs to have something a bit sweeter. But yeah, I like this a lot. It's a blonde chocolate. It's very nice. I really like it. Probably one of the best blonde chocolates actually I've had. Probably even better than the caramel offerings actually. I mean, you can see here there's like little bits that sort of like you can see those sort of like there, for instance, that sort of slight little chunk in there. I think they're possibly the salty pieces there. They're quite big chunks of salt, if that's what it is there. You can just see just below my fingertip. Another one there. Possibly. Yeah. Not sure. I had to dab it with my tongue then. Very interesting though. Yeah, I really like this one. I have to say, I just feel like maybe the sort of the it's talking about sort of fusing things together here, which I still think is bizarre for this one. I mean, there's no fusion here at all. This 7% dark chocolate, basically. There's no fusion there at all. I don't get that whatsoever. But this one, yeah, let's say sort of it's talking about sort of yeah, fusing two things together, and I think it kind of has done. But I feel like the salt. Is probably the wrong choice. I think it should have been something sweeter for me, but it's still very nice. I still like it. Yeah, I think as a blonde chocolate, it's really nice. Quite difficult to stop eating this one. I just feel the salt is perhaps not the combination it should have had, but it's unique and interesting. But yeah, I feel like a sort of a chewy, sort of candied sweet of some kind, you know, like a candied fruity flavoured sweet, something in the middle would have been better, more interesting, more exciting, and probably more appealing to people who would buy Galaxy generally rather than this sort of salty, posher, sort of more sort of refined taste, I guess, which I guess, you know, I mean, Galaxy does have a refined look to it, and I think at the end of the day it's more of a mass market bar. I feel these ones aren't really aimed at that sort of person, really, as nice or whatever as they are. You know, they're just a bit too far removed from that, really. And I feel like, let's say the Terry's chocolate orange bars, they're kind of on the same, sort of, roughly the same level as Galaxy bars, really. And I think their sort of cranberry limited edition one was amazing. That sort of candied, soft, sort of chewy centre in their bar was really nice, and I feel that would have really worked. Something like that would have really worked with this, and been a lot better than the salt inclusion, and a better fusion, and more exciting fusion. But the blonde chocolate itself is amazing. It's really nice. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, blonde chocolates I've tasted actually. And the salt, I quite like the salt inclusion. I just feel like it could have been something better, and it doesn't quite work with the blonde chocolate because it's not really that sweet anyway. Even though it's got caramel in it, but it's not really. So I think, you know, it's very close to 5 out of 5 for the blonde chocolate itself, but I think as the fusion goes, I feel like it's not quite there with it. And maybe the blonde chocolate would need something with it anyway, because it's, as I say, it is quite an intense blonde chocolate. It's not like the creamy blonde chocolates you get, sort of like with Cadbury's caramel and things like this, both UK and Australian versions. So I think for me, it's probably, I think it's a 4.5. I don't know. It depends on the day. It's a quite high 4, a low 4.5. I think with the salt, just the fact that while I do like it, it doesn't really work well with it. I think I'm going to keep it down to a 4 out of 5, but it's very close to being a 4.5. I do like it a lot. It's a very nice blonde chocolate and a very nice, as I say, fusion with that sort of, you know, salty flavour. But I just feel it could have been better, and I don't feel like it really lifts it. I feel like it's, I don't know, yeah. I feel as nice as I like it and it's interesting. I think it would just be just as good without it, if not better. Just because I don't think it's really adding that much to it. As I was saying, I think really what it needed was a sort of soft, fruity candy pieces in there, really. Not freeze-dried pieces, but like soft, fruity pieces, you know. As I say, similar to what you've got in those like cranberry, Terry's chocolate orange flavour, limited edition one, or maybe even the sort of Cadbury's Bourneville with orange, you know, that sort of one, something like that, but a bit more interesting than just orange maybe, but yeah, something like that anyway. But there we go, 4 out of 5, still a nice bar, lovely, probably one of the best blonde chocolates I've had actually, but unfortunately just not implemented very well, you know, yeah, with a salty taste I think, but still really nice. And I say, but just not as creamy as other blonde chocolates either. Having said all that, as I say, it is one of the best blonde chocolates I've had. It's just really nice. So maybe it would be a 5 out of 5 without the salt. I'm not sure, but my mouth is very, you know, yeah. I need a drink basically. There's that much sort of salt in it. So you know, so it's a weird one. I like it, but there's something not quite right about it at the same time. Very complicated one, but yeah, 4 out of 5 I think it's about right. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. It's a great way to support the channel, really is. Link for that's in the description, as is the link for the Discord server as well. Great to keep in touch with myself and be part of the community. Like my videos, leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you. I always do my best to reply. Have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.